And we are back with another week of living Jewishly and nurturing the soul. And the virtue we want to focus on this week is patience. In Hebrew, it is called savlanut. I want to share with you a story about Rabbi Hillel. Rabbi Hillel was one of the great rabbis, and the Talmud teaches us that we should be patient like Rabbi Hillel. And here's the story that they tell to show why. There once was a story about two individuals who made a bet. And they said the first person to anger Rabbi Hillel, to get him to lose his patience, will get 400 zuz. It's like the ancient form of money. And so one of them said, I will do it. And he knocked on Rabbi Hillel's door on a Friday afternoon. And Hillel was bathing and getting ready for Shabbat. He knocked on the door and said, Rabbi Hillel, why are Babylonians' heads round? It seems like a frivolous question. But Rabbi Hillel answered with deep, patient, and profound knowledge. Closed the door and continued to prepare for Shabbat. An hour later, the same person knocked on the door and said, Rabbi Hillel. Hillel robed himself, stopped his Shabbat preparations, went to the door and said, can I help you? I have a question. And asked another frivolous question. And Hillel patiently gave the answer. Closed the door, went about his business, continuing to get ready for Shabbat. And then, an hour later, he knocked on the door again. Said, Rabbi Hillel, I have a question, and asked another frivolous question. And Rabbi Hillel patiently gave the answer. The interesting thing is that Hillel never lost his patience. He said, do you have other questions, my son? And the man said, I have many questions. But I'm afraid that you will get upset. And Hillel robed himself, again, tightened up his robe, said, please ask your questions. And the man said, are you the great Rabbi Hillel? And he said, yes. And the man said, may there be none other like you in all of Israel. Hillel is confused. Why? What did you say? Why should there be none other like me? What kind of statement is that? Hillel said. He said, because I have lost 400 zuz because of you. This story reminds us that Hillel was incredibly patient. On Shabbat afternoon, a time that would test our patience the most. But yet, he had answers and time for this person. What is patience? Rabbi Shlomo Wolbe, one of the great rabbis and Musar teachers of Jewish virtues of the 20th century, likens patience to carrying a heavy package. When we're carrying a heavy package, it burdens us, it weighs on us. Yet we struggle and we try to keep going. We don't let it bother us. We do the work that we need to do to make it happen. And just like that heavy package, we move forward with our relationships. We move forward when there's a test on the strain on those relationships. And in the time we're living in, there's so much to test our patience. We're living in tight quarters with our family. We're spending more time with them than we ever have before. We're tested by the world around us with so much chaos that causes us frustration and anger. So how do we keep our patience? One of the ways we keep our patience is by trying to identify the things that test us, the things that burden us. And by saying that when those things happen, we're going to give ourselves 5 minutes before we react. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to calm ourselves before we react. Everything has its time and everything has its place. We just have to remember to allow that person or that thing that's testing our patience to have that time and space. So let us remember to be patient like Rabbi Hillel. It is no easy task, but if we can hold that burden for just a little bit longer, then the fuse will not be as short. I hope you have meaning searching yourselves as we test ourselves in this difficult time. We challenge ourselves to expand those moments that test our patience and to expand the patience we have as we fight those challenges that test us. Have a wonderful week, everyone.